Hi, today I will teach you the chapter Fun with Magnets. Let's start with discovery and basics of magnets. Magnet is also known as magnetite. There are two types of magnets. First, natural magnets. Second, artificial magnets. Natural magnets were discovered by Shepherd Manganese, and this manganese lived in Magnesia, Greece. Natural magnets are available in nature naturally. Now, second type of magnet is artificial magnets. These are not available in nature naturally and are made by humans. Examples include bar magnet, horseshoe magnet, cylindrical magnet, and ball-ended magnet. Now, let's see what are magnetic and non-magnetic materials. What are magnetic materials? The materials which are attracted toward magnets are called magnetic materials. Examples include iron nails. And look, from here we can say that iron is also a magnetic material because iron nails are made up of iron and iron nails are magnetic. So we can say that iron is also magnetic and this statement is true. And here paper clips is also magnetic and cobalt pieces and cobalt also you can say is also magnetic. Now, what are non-magnetic materials? The materials which are not attracted toward magnets are called non-magnetic materials. Examples include wooden blocks, that means wood is not a magnetic material. Plastic rulers, that means plastic is not a magnetic material. And bottles and papers. Bottles and papers are also not magnetic materials. Now, we will see poles of a magnet. Here, there are two poles of a magnet. First is the North Pole, second is the South Pole. And these poles are the region of maximum strength of the magnet. And you can say every magnet has two poles. Even a broken magnet also has two poles. Like we say we have a bar magnet. Then if we break a bar magnet into two pieces, then the magnet will split. And now this half piece of the magnet will again become a magnet with two poles, and this half piece of a magnet will also become a magnet with two poles. Like this, we will keep breaking this magnet and the poles will continue multiplying. Like this it will go so and on. Now look, there is a property of magnet you can say, or anything you can say. The like poles repel each other. That means north and north poles, the same poles you can say, repel each other. So here I'll tell you a trick to identify like poles of a magnet. Imagine you don't know this is south pole or the north pole of a magnet. So first of all, take two magnets of the same type, then try to bring them closer. If you feel repulsion, that means that both poles are like poles, that means they both are south poles or north poles. And now second property is, if unlike poles come near each other, they will attract each other. Like north and south poles will attract and south and north poles will attract. Like how to identify these both are unlike poles? We'll just bring them closer, and if we feel an attraction force, we can say that these both are unlike poles. Now, let's see the property of magnets. The property of magnets is like, we can say a directional property. Like you take a wooden bar or type you take one wood thing and tie it over here, or you keep it over here. Then you make a bar magnet stand over here like this, like shown in the image over here. You make this, like shown in the image. Now, after some time, this magnet will automatically align with the Earth's geographical magnet. You know, Earth has a geographical magnet, its own magnet. Now look, there is one thing named compass. Wait, let me show you a compass. Look now, this is a compass. Like when I rotate my phone, this compass also rotates. And we can say that this red you can see over here, this red you can see over here, this you imagine as a freely rotating needle. And a compass also has a freely rotating needle. And compass is also a magnet because it aligns with the Earth's geographical magnet. Now, you know one thing? You can make your own magnet at home. How? I'll teach you. Look. First, you take an iron bar and place it on a flat thing or flat surface. Then you take one bar magnet and at any of its poles, drop it at the iron bar, at the one end of the iron bar. Then slightly lift it like it is in the photo over here. Slightly lift it over here in this end. Then you scrub it fully and without lifting off, you should come out to the other end. And then for some time, like you can say after some time, for some rounds, you should do these rounds. After that, after some time, you will notice that the iron bar will become a magnet. So you can make your own magnet at home like using this method. Now I will teach you how demagnetization happens and how to do the proper storage of magnets. Look, in demagnetization the magnets lose its properties. That means they are no longer called magnets. The demagnetization methods are, first method is heating. Like when we heat a magnet, it loses its properties. That means demagnetization happens in the magnet. Then after hammering also it happens. And when we drop a magnet from a certain height, then also the magnet loses its properties. That means it demagnetizes. So we should avoid these methods. And if we accidentally do these methods or intentionally, the magnet will lose its properties. That means it will demagnetize. Now I'll teach you how to do the proper storage of magnets. Look. First of all, you take a magnet. You take two magnets. You place it. And then between those two magnets, you place this keeper. You can see this keeper over here. This keeper you place. And you should align the two magnets like this, that they are with unlike poles. So you can see over here. Like in the top, north pole is towards the left. So in the bottom, in the down where the magnet is kept, the second magnet, it should be south. That means unlike poles should be kept opposite to each other. Now this is called proper storage of magnets. Like this, we should store magnets. And now one tip I am telling you about magnets, you should keep the magnets away from electronics. Like you can see, this is an electronic item. We should keep away from electronics because here these electronics items contain magnets. Here is the proof. Look, this is the magnet. I place it over here and it attracted the magnet because this is an electrical item. And if we do like this, the magnets will demagnetize. That means it will lose its properties. So that's why we should keep them away from electronics because electronics generate heat. Now let's practice some questions based on this chapter, which is fun with magnets. First question. Dash is a magnetic material. Out of the options, we have to tell which is a magnetic material. That means which material attracts magnets. First option, nickel. Yes, this option is the correct because nickel attracts magnets and that's why it is called a magnetic material. So the correct answer of this question is option A, which is nickel. Because nickel is a magnetic material. Next question. Dash is a natural magnet. The answer of this question is magnetite is a natural magnet because it is found in nature naturally. So the answer of this question is magnetite. Next question. True or false? Magnetite was discovered by Magnus. This statement is true because a person named Magnus discovered the natural magnet magnetite and he lived in Magnesia, Greece. So this statement is true. Next question. This is a figure-based question. Here you have to identify which type of magnet it is. This magnet is called bar magnet. Answer of this question is bar magnet. Because it looks like a bar, so we named it bar magnet. Next question. If you break a magnet into 3 pieces, then the total number of poles will be. Like here saying, here there is a magnet, we break it into 3 pieces. So I will tell you one trick or formula over here, that if you want to find how many poles are in the broken magnet, just multiply 2 by how many parts are broken. Here 3 pieces are there, that means 3 parts are broken. So we will do 3 multiply 2, and this is equal to 6. So the answer of this question is option A, which is 6. Next question. Magnetic poles of a bar magnet are at its dash. Here they are saying the poles of a magnet, the magnetic poles of a bar magnet or any magnet you can consider in general, are at where? Where are? They are at their ends, not in the middles. They are at their ends over here. Like you can say this is a bar magnet. Here is one pole and here is one pole, because these both are ends of the bar magnet. So the answer of this question is ends. Next, true or false question. If a magnet is dropped into a pile of iron nails, let's drop any magnet into a pile of iron nails. Then they are saying then the maximum number of iron nails will stick in the middle of the magnet. No, this statement is false, because the maximum nails will not stick in the middle. Here the minimum nails will stick in the middle and the maximum nails will stick on the ends, because there are poles and the poles have maximum magnetic strength. So the answer of this question is false. Next, figure based question. Here we have given one magnet, we have to identify the magnet and label its poles, that means north and south poles. First we'll identify the magnet. This magnet is cylindrical magnet. This magnet is cylindrical magnet, because it looks like a cylinder, so we have named it as cylindrical magnet. Here or here, this is the north pole of the cylindrical magnet and this is the south pole of the cylindrical magnet. Next question. Dash is an instrument used to identify the geographical directions. The answer of this question is compass. Compass is the device, you can say, or the instrument which is used to identify directions or geographical directions. So the correct answer of this question is option B, which is magnetic compass. Next question. If one stands facing the east, let's imagine that I am facing over here. This is my facing side. I am facing over here in east. Now they're saying that then north will be his/her, which side? Look, like I am, this is north, this is south, this is west, this is east. Like I am facing east. So north will be, this is north and this is east. So north will be my left side. So here north will be my left side. And south will be on the dash side. Look, here I am facing east and this is south. And south is on my right side. So here this dash will come right. So this is the answers of this question. Next, true and false question. A freely suspended magnet always rests in northeast direction. Look, a freely suspended magnet means we tied a magnet to a wooden bar or any bar and then we let it swing. After that, it will always rest in north-south direction, not in northeast direction. So we can say this statement is false. Next question. Ashwini magnetized a piece of iron rod using the stroking method as shown in the diagram below. Stroking method is also known as single touch method, and that is the method of making your own magnet, which I teach you. Look, here this is the iron rod and these are the points labeled on the iron rod, P, Q, R and S, and this is the magnet being stroked on the iron rod. Now look at the direction of the arrow very carefully. The arrow, this magnet is not being placed at P. Look, it is from here, it is in air, it is coming and first it is being placed at Q, point Q. And they are asking in the question that which part of the iron rod becomes the north seeking pole. That means the part of the iron rod, which part will be the north pole. Now look carefully. First it placed at Q, then it went, and then it is lifted at R. And S is not even touched by the magnet. You can say like this that P and S are not even touched by the magnet. So these two can't be the answer. So we can say that option A and option D cannot be the answer. So from here we eliminated two options. Now we have to check between Q and R which is the north seeking pole. Look, first of all the magnet is placed at Q and it is being stroked with the north pole. So it is being stroked with the north pole and it is placed at Q. So this Q will be the north seeking pole because the magnet is being stroked with the north pole and it is first with north pole placed at Q and then being stroked. So the first point Q will be the north seeking pole. So the correct answer of this question is option B, which is Q part of iron rod. Next question, which is true and false question. To make a magnet by using the bar magnet, like they are saying the stroking method itself from here, the pole of the bar magnet, this pole they are saying, this north and south pole, any pole they are saying, and the direction of its movement should not be changed. Let me read it again. To make a magnet by using the bar magnet, the pole of the bar magnet and the direction of its movement should not be changed. This statement is true because look, if change, like we were stroking from here, we placed, like I'm taking this Ashwani example for this question demonstration. Here we placed at north and then we immediately flipped the magnet, then south pole came down and south pole is lifted from R. Then but this, with that condition, this will be the north pole, but we don't want it to be. So we should, when we are making our own magnet, we should not change the poles and the direction of which the bar magnet is stroked on any material which is to be magnetized. So this statement is true. Next question is a figure based question. The question is saying which figure shows the correct method of making a magnet. Give reason for your choice. Here, first let's examine all options, then I will give the reason of the answer which I choose correct. Let's start with first option. And I'm telling you only one option will be correct in this question. So first option, let's observe carefully. Here a magnet is there. They are saying that it is placed at here. This is the iron nail you can see over here. This is one iron nail and it is being placed at iron nail, then being stroked and lifted, and it is repeatedly being stroked by the stroking method I demonstrated previously. It is being stroked on an iron nail. And so this is the correct method. Let's check other options. I know they are wrong, but let's check. Here, this iron nail is being stroked on the bar magnet. This is false. Through this method, the iron nail cannot become a magnet. Now, third option, the bar magnet is being lifted down. This is also not a method of making your own magnet. It should be stroking method, but this is not. So this option is wrong. Next option. Here it is iron nail is being swifted left, right. And this is also not a method of making your own magnet. So this option is also wrong. So the only correct option is option first. Now I will give my reasoning why I have choose this answer. I have choose this answer because this is the correct method of stroking. First the iron nail is laid down, then the magnet is picked up, then it is first placed at one end of the iron nail, then being stroked, and then it is lifted at the other end. And this is the correct method of stroking method. So this option is correct. So the correct answer of this question is option first. Next question. The force by which objects tend to pull each other is called attraction. The correct answer of this question is attraction. Attraction is the force by which objects tend to pull each other. Repulsion is the force by which objects tend to push each other. Here they are not asking about push, they are asking about pull. So the correct answer of this question is option B, which is attraction. Next question. Question is saying loss of magnetic strength from a magnet is known as dash. Here they are asking loss of magnetic strength of a magnet is known as, the answer of this question is demagnetization. Look, magnetization means magnet is being made and D means no. That means demagnetization means no magnet is being made. So the correct answer of this question is demagnetization. Next question is true and false question. Magnets should be kept near electronic devices. This statement is false because magnets, if you want to do proper storage of magnets and prevent demagnetization, you should not keep near electronic devices because they contain magnets. So that's why this statement is false. Next question is a figure based question. Question is saying which of the following pairs of magnets attract each other? Give reason for your choice. First, I will choose the correct answer, then I will give the reason why I have choose this option as the correct answer. Let's check all the options. Wrong options also and correct options also. First option. And before that, I want to tell that unlike poles attract each other. Like poles only repel. Unlike poles attract each other. That means not south poles or south north poles. They attract each other because they are unlike poles. Here look. Here south pole of a magnet is facing towards second magnet. And here the north pole of the second magnet is facing towards the first magnet. So south and north are unlike poles. So this option is correct because unlike poles attract each other. Let's check the wrong options also, how they are incorrect. Look, in second options, here the south pole of a magnet is facing the south pole of another magnet. And here above also north pole is facing the north pole of the second magnet. And north and south are like poles. And like poles repel each other. They do not attract. So this option is wrong. Next option. Here look. Here the north pole of the first magnet is facing the north pole of the second magnet. And north are like poles. And like poles are not the answer because like poles repel each other. We need to find the following pairs of magnets which attract each other. So this option is also wrong. So this option is correct because here there are unlike poles and unlike poles attract each other. So the correct answer of this question is first option. More questions we will discuss in next video. Till then, bye bye. Thanks for watching.